talk about transition D and rebounding, and it's kind of funny because I guess one cleared out because he knew I was going to take a shot at him. But when I walked in, there was one of the better front court tandems I've ever had a pleasure to coach. It was Stevens Marcellin and Adam Hartman were in here. And I got a chance to visit with Stevens, and they both sort of had their trademarks. Stevens, in terms of rebounding, we just called it the Marcellin. He was the best player I ever coached at missing from 3 feet, rebounding it to get it to 2 feet, tipping that miss to get it to 1 foot, and then finishing. That was a Marcellin's. If you could get 3 old boards and 2 points in a single play, that was a Stevens. That was pretty good. And Hartman's was the belly bump. Now, I can't take credit for Stevens' athleticism, but maybe I helped foster the belly bump down there. But between the two of those guys, in terms of, you know, rebounding and transition D, they made life pretty easy. I didn't really have to work too hard. I think Stevens led the conference in rebounding as a freshman, and Hartman was always close to a double-double guy. So, you know, it's sort of neat for me to walk in. Actually, before I get going, Mr. Hartman is actually a new father, so maybe we can, you know, it makes me feel a little bit old now that my old former players are having kids, but maybe congratulations to Mr. Hartman here. So for me, transition D is like anything else. When you're coaching, you got to decide what's important to you, and if you emphasize it and you stress it, you know, in everything that you do, then your team has a good chance to get good at it. And for me, probably the toughest thing to do is to go back and look at a game that you lost. You know, watch the film. I don't know how many of you get a chance to tape the film, but, you know, lots of times we'll clip together all of the easy buckets that our team allowed. So you lose a close game by 1 or 2, you go back and you look at how many transition layups did you give them? How many open threes in transition did you give up? How many 2-on-1s? How many, you know, easy buckets did the other team get? And, you know, you take that total and you clip them all together and you show it to your squad, and, you know, that's sort of the worst feeling you can have, is to say, like, we could have won this game except for, you know, they got 25 easy buckets. You know, we lost by 2 and they got 25 easy points in transition. So for me, it's something that I really can't go through, you know, one film without looking at it and saying, you know, what if, or if we only would have. So it's something that I take pretty seriously in terms of the way we do it. There's a ton of different systems depending on your team. So you got to sort of look at your group and decide, you know, the type of team that you have. The team that I was talking about before in Brandon was very athletic. We were big. We were pretty imposing on the glass. So most teams that we play, they weren't really in a big hurry to get a rebound and push it back at us. They wanted to, more than anything, slow the tempo in terms of what we're doing. So we didn't really need a hugely structured transition defensive system to get back. If anything, teams were going to catch it and try to slow down and grind us out, try to slow the tempo of the game down. So the level of your talent maybe will be an indicator in terms of what you do. You know, things have sort of evolved for me. With that team, actually, the other thing that we did, we crashed our point guard. We had Ewell Michelle was a pretty good point guard. We let him go to the offensive glass. So we would send 4 to the old glass, bring a shooter back really to half court, and then we would just try to win the battle on the old glass. That would be similar to, you know, we all have Big Ten network, or most of us do. You know, that's more Tom Izzo. You're going to win in terms of offensive rebounding. Now, you can't obviously transition if you're not rebounding the ball. So when you're getting an old board and putting it back in is pretty good transition D. You know, the other would be maybe a guy like Bo Ryan, that he's going to get 3 guys back. So take a look at your squad in terms of your size, athleticism, maybe your ability to rebound. The tempo that you want to play at will really be indicative of the transition defensive system you want to run. I'm going to go through eventually the way that we do things, but a couple important factors for all transition D. And, you know, instead of offense, defense, and transition, I think that transition D really is a part of your offense. So when you're teaching your offense, you know, try to look and say, okay, where are the people going to be on the court? Where are the shots coming from? And how do we have to get back? And what are our jobs when that shot goes? So it's tougher to run on made buckets. So the better your offense, you're scoring, you know, you're not going to give up as many transition buckets. There's lots of teams that will try to push in the full court on a made bucket. You know, and you got to prepare for that, but it's definitely easier to get back and eliminate a layup or a transition 3 if you're scoring or get into the foul line. So look at what you're doing offensively. If you can make that better and score more points and limit opportunities to get back and get hurt in transition, you're going to be better off. The other thing is, the later you go in the clock, And unfortunately, you know, it's the same for our guys. It drives me crazy. But the later you get in the clock, the more likely someone's going to check out of that possession. So you're under 6, some guy on the weak side falls asleep, back cut, layup, once again you're scoring, or when you do shoot it, your percentage chance of getting an offensive rebounder is way up. So the later you get in the clock, probably the better chance you have for floor balance coming back. And the last thing, if anyone knows, you're probably going to be rich and won't want to tell me, but it's really tough to get back when you turn the ball over. So if someone has a surefire system to get back on a turnover, I need your number and we got to talk. I'll buy you a beer after, because if you're turning the ball over, giving up layups, then you know really you're putting points up on the board for the other squad. So look at what you do offensively. Regardless of the system that you want to run transition D-wise, you want to crash 4 or get everybody back, whatever you do, I really believe that transition D starts the second that the ball leaves your hand. Now, it's a tough thing to teach and to drill and to build a habit. Most people will watch the flight time of the shot. So your ability to go rebound the ball and what your job is in transition, it needs to start on the flight time of the shot. So I raise up to shoot and it's out of my hand. Now we're thinking, okay, what's my job in terms of transition D, which might be to crash the glass offensively, you know, whatever that be. But it's tough to build and you got to incorporate it into you know, everything that you're doing, whether it's a shooting drill or it's, you know, your shell drill or your 5-on-0 offense. Lots of times you'll hear us on the guys about safeties, you know, we're going 5-on-0. It's easy to get in that bad habit, oh, our guy has a layup, so, you know, we're never gonna miss a layup, so I can stand and I can rest. Players have that bad tendency to say, okay, shot's going, this is my opportunity to rest, so when you do that and you're playing against, you know, maybe a team with a rocket of a guard or a team that's really good at outletting the ball up the floor, you're in trouble. So you have to do everything you can to build it in that on the flight time of the shot, that's when our job starts in terms of transition D. The other thing for the way that we do things is that you don't have a check. So as soon as that shot goes, I mean, I might be standing beside the person that's technically my check, but I don't have a check anymore. I have a job to do. So it's not enough to be beside my guy. So the shot goes, I have to think now, what is my job? And in terms of not having a check, it's not so much mismatches that are going to beat you. It's open shots. Obviously layups are going to be a killer, and open shots where we don't match up. So don't worry as much, or we don't anyways, we don't worry about a mismatch in the front court off of transition D. Our first primary responsibility, we're not going to give up any layups. And we're not going to give up any rhythm 3-point shots to a great shooter. So we got to recognize who our shooters are. So you don't have, you know, the other way of looking at it is saying, like, we're guarding the entire team. We take a shot, transition D starts, we have to guard their entire team. We're not guarding a person or a check or my man, we're guarding their entire team. So everything that we do has to be connected, and each person has a responsibility in terms of what their job is to make sure that we get locked in and have a good defensive possession. The last thing, obviously, is communication. We all talk about it. It's important. It's really hard to get these young guys to do it. Hopefully, you know, they'll be talking their tails off and you'll hear them, but it's a hard thing to get everybody on your team to do. We could probably spend 3 weeks sitting here trying to come up with ideas of how we're going to get our teams to talk, and we'd probably be better off if we could sort out some of those things. But every group is different. Every kid is different. I'm sure most of us, any of us that are teachers here, if you had any of these kids in your class, it'd probably be hard to keep them quiet, but for whatever reason, we don't do a good job of communicating, and talk isn't just, okay, making some noise, it's also listening and understanding what you want me to do behind me. So it's difficult. In transition, we want to talk with our voice, obviously, and as well as our hands. We should be pointing and talking and making sure that we get matched up. So it's a tough thing to do. Last little point is just to point out some bad habits. These are bad habits of players. So the players can listen and say, these are things I don't want to do. If your players are doing this, you're going to have a hard time getting back in transition. Number one, I don't know if there's any refs here, but complaining to officials. I got fouled. Well, on the flight time of the ball, you're yelling about you got a foul that was missed. We're giving up a dunk going this way. That's, for us, we would clip that, we show that. That's selfish. You're worried about your own, you know, the way that you look. You missed an opportunity to go to the foul line instead of doing your job. So you got to eliminate that. The other side of that is maybe celebrating a play. I mean, I don't know if there's anything worse than maybe you hit a three or you get a dunk. You know, I don't know if we're chest bumping these days or high-fiving. I can't keep up with the trends, whatever they're doing, but you're celebrating and you get scored on the other way is an absolute killer. Players falling to try to draw a foul. So we drive it. I'm hoping to draw a foul. I fall out of bounds, and just because LeBron gets every call, I think I should. Well, now we're 5 against 4. We're going the other way. Players gambling. So now we get back, we're set. I try to get a steal for me, and now there's a disadvantage situation going the other way. And the last one is buddy running. I got Adam, so I'm jogging beside him. He's tired, and he's making his slow way up the floor. But I mean, we got dunked on, but I had my check, so it's not my fault. So it goes back again to the understanding that you got a responsibility to do your job in transition. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through sort of the way that we do things. We talked about how many people you're going to send to the glass. The majority of the time we send 3, and it's important that your players understand your positions. So 4 and 5 have a big job to do in terms of communicating with each other and understanding, and 1, 2s, and 3s also have a big job to do. So just to get 5 guys out, it doesn't matter, I don't care who or what position, that's 4, 5, good. So for us, once again, on the flight time of the ball, we would fill 2 spots. So we would have a long safety, which in a perfect world gets to the logo. Rarely it ever does. We would have a short safety. Let's bring, you go down there, you look like you like to get on the glass a little bit. And we'll bring the skinny guy here, could be our short safety. I know you can rebound. And then we would send these 3. Now, ideal world, it's 3, 4, and 5. They're a little bit bigger, maybe more athletic, better chance to get an offensive rebound. We'll look at it in a minute at different scenarios. It would depend on who shot and where we're at, but these are primary spots that we want to get filled. Now, our long safety's job is to make sure that no one gets behind them. So, I mean, if they leak a guy out on the shot, you're making sure there's no one behind you. If everybody else is in front of you, you're okay. You could cheat up a little bit. We're going to want our short safeties. Hopefully, our best on-ball defender is going to go to the outlet, and we'll look at his spot in a second. These 3 guys have a huge job to do to offensive rebound. As much as we're talking defense, we want to get back, we want to get organized, we need these extra buckets. I mean, we talked about losing a close game by 2 or 3 or 4 or 6, whatever it is. 1 putback could be the difference, so this is huge. And the other reason we want them to pursue the ball is that on a rebound, on a catch, we're going to jam the rebound. So right here, you're closest. I rebounded because obviously I'm a high-level athlete, so I got up way higher than you to rebound. His job now is to jam me so that I have a hard time turning to make an outlet. You know, a lot of teams will have maybe 1 primary guard. In our conference, usually each team has at least 1 rocket. And I mean, if they outlet it to him here and it's 1-on-2 at full speed, you know, we're giving up a layup. So his job is to make sure that on this rebound, I can't just turn and fire it up the floor. Now, these guys, as soon as he's communicating that he's jamming, so he's just going to scream it out. I'm going to cover this because you know, he's letting everybody know in the whole gym that you're doing your job, which is to jam. There you go. That was pretty good. That was not bad. As soon as we hear this and long and short is filled, I mean, these guys are on a dead sprint to get back. So they're making this way here. Now, which one of you guys would be more inclined to be a 4, protect the rim type guy? You look like you're a diesel. This guy's #1 job, and the long safety now, he's got to recognize, okay, so our 5 is jam the ball. Just hold it above your head there. Our 4's job now is to check off our long safety. So he's on a dead-ass sprint, and you're looking at him and you're talking to him. I mean, you can't leave, so now offense is coming here. We want to make this exchange so where you're sprinting to get back and protect the rim because you're a prolific shot blocker. And now he's got a chance to get up and match up with someone more appropriate. Now, a lot of teams will send a post player down here. He can't look and say, well, that's not my guy. My guy's over here, and let a big run pass and get a dunk. His job, he's got furthest, deepest. Now we got this. Now, you would be back sprinting, trying to match up, probably loading the ball side of the floor wherever the outlet went. And your job, because you're an on-ball defender, is going to be to find the outlet. Now, let's bring it all the way back to the paint. You two. Flight time of the ball. If the team we're playing only has one guard, like they got two maybe slow shooters, their job, they're out every time, there's only the same guy will bring it up across the timeline every time. On the flight time of the ball, you're going long. You're telling them, you're communicating that you're long safety. We might send this guy to be right in his hip pocket. So I'm the rocket again, clearly. We might send him to be attached. We got the jam happening on the ball. You're sprinting for the check off with the long safety, almost a tag off. You're matching, and now we want to be attached to this guy as he's coming for the handoff. And what we won't do is overplay here so that we get this up the floor. As much as you're jamming, hit me. As long as he's coming backwards, all of this time, he's coming back to the ball and he catches, and he's got to turn, face, and now get running. This is all great time for us to get back, get set, get matched. And now just to depend on how quick I am compared to their guard as a short safety. You know, for us, we want to get up and we want to pressure, 24-second clock. We want to try to have as little clock for them to work with when they get into the front court. But if they had two, bring it back. They got 2 or 3 guards, or you don't really know who their primary outlet is, we would send them just to the level where he could go either way. Can you guys, you got a dark? You go dark. You guys all go white and come in and play offense for me, please. That's white, that's white. That thing doesn't flip. Red. Okay, red. Go black. Go black. Does that work? So once again, perfect world. Shots taken, 3, 4, 5 to the glass. Our 1s and 2s. Normally, I would prefer to send our 2 back as a long safety. Usually a little bit bigger. Usually a little slower, less athletic. And we want to have our best on-ball defender be our short safety to pick up the ball as soon as possible. If the guard has to turn in the backcourt, they're not going to be able to advance. So before we move on to how we're going to drill it, shot goes up off the glass. Kohler's going to rebound it. Rebound. Jam. Long safety. Now, I don't know the personnel of this squad too well, but let's just say that you're always a wing. You're gone. You're going right to the front of the rim, which we checked off, our 4 and 5. You can get matched, and this guy is their primary ball handler. Sorry, I don't know your name. Brandon is like the go-to point guard on this squad. No one else really wants to dribble. You just want to sprint and score. You want to catch and shoot. I've seen you play before. I know that's true. So we want to find him as quick as possible. If there was 2, we would keep him back probably at the top of the 3 to whatever level. But we want to be here on this catch, and we want to make him have to come back to the ball. So big fella, that's your guy until the ball leaves. Now this might be a 3 that rebounded. We don't care that this isn't his check. He's just got to do his job. It might be our 3-man jamming their center. This is his guy. His job is to take any kind of time off the clock as we can so that we can get back and get set. And we don't care about the matchup back here. We care about stopping this ball right now. Does this make sense? We're okay with that? You guys are good? Come back. Now, a couple things to think about. In black, you're going to be on offense right now, so we'll take the ball out. Everybody else, white team, you can match up, because we got to play transition D on the flight time of the shot. Now, one of the things that's tough is if you got a real penetrating guard. Okay, so this guy's a rocket. He gets a step. He gets in the lane. Now, how do we transition when our short safety, our ideal short safety, is in the paint doing a layup? We still got to fill these 2 spots. So now he's a crasher. You're always going to crash, almost always. Where's our 4? You're almost always going to crash. Our 2 and 3. So now our 1, 2, and 3 got a huge responsibility to protect each other's ass and make sure we understand where we're going. Long safety. What'll happen is he might say long safety and he'll get here and then he'll relax. This is probably one of the key guys in terms of making sure that we get matched and organized and have a good quality possession, because he's got to talk to the short. He can talk to the guy that's jamming. He's got to talk to the other big that's sprinting his tail off to get back so that we can get matched. But if he sits here and he relaxes, we're in trouble. Remember, that's one of the biggest things that we could do is relax. I mean, you're in the game. The place you get to relax is over here. Okay, so if Will gets in the paint and he shoots a floater, fill these spots, figure out who's going to be long and short, and it may still be where shot goes in, we get matched, or it comes off, Kohler rebounds it again, we jam it, you're on a dead sprint. Now hold on, first thing that he did, come back. And I know he's cold and I'm gonna pick on him, but when he yelled jam like he's gonna do every time, to let everybody know that he's not gonna let him turn and make a good outlet, his first step was back pedal, locked in on his guy. He's gotta be now looking and finding you. You're talking to the 4 or the 5, the opposite post, and you're saying, you get your tail back here. Don't let me down. So he's on a sprint to get back so that we can match. Now you wanna be here, no one's behind you. That's your job. We're here, everybody's in the front court. You can meet their posts and start banging them and we'll get matched. Okay, now go back, blacks on offense. Big fella, it's your dream come true. You got the ball at the top of the key. And let's say Will's down in the corner. Let's flip-flop you two guys too. Okay, big fella's a three-point shooter. We got a few posts that we don't mind when they extend the court and they shoot the three-point shot. Now what'll happen a lot of times is he'll shoot it, you know, we're on him, well you always crash, you always crash, you always crash, and he ends up getting into about this zone and we don't really get a pursue of the ball, we don't get a jam, so we just end up sort of playing in purgatory here. He's gonna initially go straight back to the long safety. He shoots from the top, he's first guy back, so it's like we've already checked off our long safety. Who's gonna fill the short? Go, shot went. You're gonna crash because you're a defensive rebounder. Who's gonna fill the short safety? Okay, so you're gonna let me know you're short, you're back up, matched, you're crashing. You might have to jam. Guard rebounds. He rebounds. You're not dunking, I need you to focus. He rebounds. What's our jobs? You're on a dead sprint, he's got the jam. You're trying to match up, we're here, nothing up the floor. Short safety, you got the outlet if it goes. And we're matched. Now, if this is their guard, this is tough to do. How tough is this gonna be if Kirby's rocket of a point guard rebounds this thing? Likelihood of us getting up and jamming him on the catch is slim. So we wanna get back, we wanna get loaded. He's catching it on the run. Will's job now is to contain it and keep it in front. Does that make sense? So, depending on who shoots the ball, good job, you guys can all come back. The thing that I would encourage you to do is to take a look at the offense that you run, the shots that you create out of your offense, and then game plan where you're gonna go and who's gonna do what job based on those shots. Now you can't tell them, okay, on every single scenario, this is where you go and this is what you do, but you do know if, for example, for us, or when we had Hartman, we have a post player that's gonna step out and shoot the ball, you can deal with that. You know how often your point guard's gonna be in the paint making layups. You should know how many corner threes. Probably the corner three is the toughest shot to transition back. So let's look at, you're gonna knock one down from the corner. Get back, you know, offensively wherever you wanna be, black, his ball. Same thing, we're always gonna fill long or short. These guys are smart, they wanna rebound the ball, they're on the offside. On the flight time, so he shoots, we're filling long and short regardless of position. We'll fill these spots on this corner three. And this guy has a huge job to not be the guy behind the play. You know, Kohler rebounds this thing and throws it to half, and now we're 5 on 4. So as soon as he hits the ground, he shoots it, we know it's going in because you're a clutch shooter. He's got to make sure that he's balancing the floor to at least get to somewhere around the elbow area as soon as his feet touch the ground. He shoots, he hits. We want to make sure that we got our guys coming here this way because we got a hard time getting back if we don't. Does that make sense? So those are 3 examples of where the shot comes from and things that you got to deal with, scenarios. Good job by these guys. Come back. You just have a seat. I'm just going to go through a couple of breakdown drills that we'll do from time to time. Like I said, you got to incorporate those things. So for us, having those spots filled and understanding what everybody's job on every shot is hugely important. So we're just going to do, actually I'm just going to use 2 guys to demo it. Go ahead, 45. You go opposite 45. So think about all the shooting drills that you do and how you can incorporate the safety aspect of it, whether you're going to be long or short, you're going to jam. You know, most of us will probably do some sort of penetrate and pitch shooting. So for example, we would drive a baseline, say we'll throw it to the corner, he'll drift it, drift into your 3-point shooter, so you go ahead and get to 3. We'll kick it, he's gonna shoot it, go ahead. Simple drill. On the flight time now, we'll make sure that he's going safety and he's shaping the floor up. So as soon as his feet land, he's going here, and we'll do it again. So a simple shooting drill, we would just be going again, we drive it baseline, we'll drift it. I'm here, flight time, I'm going. Whatever verbals you want, long and short, make sure this is filled, and he's shaping the floor up. And every time, over and over and over. Come back. Come on, you're good. I'm not gonna make him do all of them and sit here. I'm trying to get through as much stuff in the next 26 minutes as I can. But think about all the shooting drills you do, how you can make sure that you have the floor balance in them. I mean, I can show you a million penetrate and pitch, 2 pitches. Just look at what you do, and if it's important that you transition D, if it's important that those spots are filled, then incorporate it into what you do. Give me 2 blacks with the ball and 2 reds on D. Reds on D this way. 2. And give me a red on that side of half. I know you want to sit, but I'm not going to let you. And your outlet here. Okay, we would play 2-on-2. We call it 2-on-2 recovery. Now I like this drill because if you turn it over, you get scored on, you lose. If you celebrate a dunk, you can give up a 2-on-1, you probably lose. If you take a dumb shot, you probably don't get back, you lose. You know, so you have to make sure that you have an opportunity to get back. So you're going to be here, right on the sideline. And it's continuous 2-on-2 drill, but black's gonna come this way. And we'll always go offense, back to defense. So they would play 2-on-2, go ahead, play. Shot goes, rebound it. Now hold on. What we would do is we would have red rebound it, make sure they stay on our side of half, and you're not allowed to steal the outlet. So outlet comes here, these guys are in a situation, flight time, throw it, sprint, get back, get matched, and now the outlets would be going here. And we would have the black team now is gonna defend, half the outlet, you're always going offense to defense and back. Does that make sense, or do you want me to run them through a few? We're okay with this? Everybody's just waiting to get out of here, hope they win the trip to Vegas or whatever's next. You wanna get it run a few times? Okay, black, give me an outlet here. On each side, and a black outlet there. Oh, you got it, come on. Black's on D, you're in. Look, red ball. Play on 2-on-2. Offense, you always gotta get back. Okay, 2-on-2 recovery. Defensively, you gotta rebound, make or miss, you don't have to take it out of bounds. Throw it to your outlet, and the 2 outlets are gonna go and they're gonna play against the 2 guys that are trying to get back. Okay, we'll walk through it, we'll play a few times, make sure we got it. So we're playing live. I'm not gonna deal with the face cut there. Go ahead, play, get a shot. You go whatever color you want. You're sure, go ahead, yeah, that's good. Shoot it, rebound it, outlet, 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 let's go, push, push, push. Match up, score the ball. Good, outlet, good job, good rebound. Outlet the ball, outlet the ball, outlet the ball, let's go, push. Match up. Outlet, push, push, push. Outlet. Go ahead, turn it over, outlet. Good, outlet, outlet. Now he's buried, let's go push, 2-on-1. Outlet. We're good, guys. Good, outlet, push. Outlet it. Okay, now hold up, hold up, hold up. Now a couple things. I like to use the score to teach lessons sometimes so that I don't have to always be the hard ass, but if we had a score on this and there was a punishment at the end, that these guys definitely don't want to run 17 right now because they're tired and they've been doing a good job all day. It'll take care of a lot of the effort things, and as long as they understand the things that they got to do to win the drill, if you teach it to them, then they'll hold each other accountable. So, for example, a guy makes a layup or misses a layup and hangs his head. Well, they should have you know, every guy on his squad, tell him to get back, we're okay, we'll get balanced, you know, those types of things. It takes care of shot selection. So if I come up and I take a poor shot and a shot got blocked here and we gave up a layup this way, you know, eventually they'll catch on that they don't want to do whatever the punishment might be for losing. So it takes care of your shot selection. Hopefully it teaches you to take care of the ball. If you turn it over, you're going to lose, those types of things. You had asked to see it go through. Did you get that? The notes there? We're good? Okay. The next thing we'll do, bring it down here. We'll go in the half court. Give me a big at the nail, offense and defense, and at the guard spot, offense, defense. Everybody else can sit off. Just two guys. Offense, defense here, and big guy here. Come on, big guy. It don't matter. Look, one of the things that's maybe not the most natural for kids to do is to jam the rebounder. So we'll break it down 2-on-2. Right now, you would be our short safety. There's no one deep, so you don't have to worry about getting back. We would tell them, okay, this is the #1 ball carrier. We want you attached. We put him in a situation, we would just fire it off the glass. So you're gonna go rebound it. Rebound it. What's his job? So when he's up in the air rebounding, what are you really thinking to do when it hits the glass? What would you prefer to do instead of him rebound it? Oh board. So he wants an offensive rebound, so he's got to pursue the ball so that he's here. And now his biggest job, especially we play 2-on-2, but any time, he can't let his guy turn and beat him up the court. So as long as you're in front of him, you're active, you're big, and you're attached to this guard right here, you're calling jam, we're just practicing the jam and the outlet. Will, you got to come back to the ball, come back and get the outlet. Your job is to stay attached, and now we'll play 2-on-2 full court from here. You know, whatever your rules are, hold the ball. Whatever your rules are, you want to keep them to this sideline, you want to try to turn them 18 times, you want to trap them, you know, whatever the case may be, but we'll just play 2-on-2. So we'll play one time live. Now, once again, you could deny, but if you get beat this way, who's protecting you? So once again, we want him coming back to the ball, so his momentum is coming to the catch, so he's got to stop, turn, and then think about beating us up the court. So your job is to stay attached. Start right at the top so you can go either side. Now offensively, Will's got to talk to his rebounder, say what side I'm at. You know, you guys will have your communication, outlet, all these things. And for us defensively, we want to make sure we have a good jam without fouling. Now you can go wherever you want. You got to get the outlet from your offensive player. You're the guard right now. So we would have him play all the spots. I mean, you're going to know majority of people that are going to jam. If you're going to have the same guy going long safety every single time, then it's not going to be an issue. But we would just fire it off the glass and we'd play 2-on-2. Rebound, jam. There you go. Cut them off. Okay, 4 new guys in here ready to go. Dead ball, hold on. Now, you could do a couple things where we would play 2-on-2 and it would be dead down there. So we're focusing on this part, they get set. Maybe another coach is talking about front court defense, what we're trying to work on offensively there. Or we could also bring it back, so it's 2-on-2 and we get 2 possessions. Flight time, jam it, short safety, fine, and be in his pocket and go from there. We might just have the next 4 guys coming in. So let's flip it. So we have the opposite side, opposite jam, opposite safety. So just off the glass. Dead ball, hold up. Now this was perfect scenario for us. Catch it here. We rebounded it. You know, I heard someone call jam, which was nice. We're here, we jammed. You know, you had pressure on this is okay. They made a longer pass and they caught it right here. Now, on the catch, when Will takes a little poke at it and it goes here, we've worked so hard to get the ball here, and now we make such, you know, make it so easy for him to get out of here. What we would prefer is you to be disciplined for your teammates, and you're gonna just keep this guy. Maybe you're gonna keep him sideline, maybe you're gonna turn him, you know, we got a good chance maybe to get an 8-second right now. You're gonna be off your guy in case he gets beat because it's 2-on-2. You're probably out of here. We got a good chance right now if we get this locked in and we got the ball here of getting a quality defensive possession. As long as he doesn't screw us over and try to steal it from him and they're advancing, hey, if these guys can't get matched up back here now, hey, we're in trouble. The other thing is if he catches and does this, then we work so hard and we once again don't have an advantage. So we need ball pressure to the point where when I caught it here, I'm uncomfortable. Maybe someone, I even go to half, right about there. I mean, maybe he's wide open, but I've got to turn and I got to deal with this guy and I'm not sure. Like I know if I turn this thing over, I'm coming out of the game. Or we got a chance to match up and get this steal. So his ball pressure right now is hugely important. If I do get a step on him, he's got a chance to now cut me off and get back. Depending on, he's got to decide how athletic he is. But when the ball gets right here, and we're concerned about protecting our rim, making sure we don't give up any layups, I like our chances. If you're doing your job going this way, think about where the other three guys are going to be in terms of getting matched up, our check off with our long and short. We have a good chance right now. Okay, give me three guys now. Does that make sense? Any questions? 2 on 2? We would just build it up now. We go 3 on 3. So we go a post on each block. Hey, when we need more guys, we can't have more guys sit down. Now we gotta go 3 on 3. This block, and right here, dead 3. It doesn't matter, you can play whatever spot. You guard him though. Now give me the red guys on the inside. There we go, because you're doing such a good job of jamming. So right now we would have a long safety instead of a short safety. So this guy's not going to stay hip pocket because what happens on the rebound? Kohler rebound, where are you going to go when he rebounds it? Okay, you're on a dead sprint. So rebound, jam it. Hold on, don't go too far. Now what's your job? Come back, come back. As a deep safety, my job is to make sure that we don't get scored on deep. So if there's no one back there, it's not a problem. Get in the paint. Get in the paint, both of you guys in the paint. Rebound here, no one's behind me, I'm okay. Now as he gets coming, your job is to not buddy run. Buddy run would be this home run trot, side by side. I'm doing my job, I got my guy, you get matched up, he throws it to the paint and then he's faster and we get scored on. So your job is to sprint. As soon as he's back, he's deep safety, you get matched up, outlet, coming back. Now you gotta really contain this guy. We don't want that. Get here. Big pressure on the ball. Now you gotta decide, I don't know how, you'll make a decision. Hold on, oh, I like it though, you're getting physical, I like that. On how good the 3, 4s, 5s, the guys that predominantly rebound. For us, we got the luxury, we can watch a lot of film. I don't know who will rebound most of these spots, how athletic we are compared to them. So right now, I don't know where you're at, but your job is to not foul him. He starts here on the jam, you're attached, he's got pressure, maybe he'll throw this thing out of bounds and we get to play offense, and we would get matched, okay? But your check off now, you gotta talk to him, say his name, get him back. You can do that? Both back in the paint, let's go. We'll go one time, we'll go down. Here, you rebound it, you play offense, man. You could go. But he's not gonna let you get up the floor because he knows his job. Here we go, I'll let you rebound. Rebound it. Put that thing in. Whoa, hold on. Hey, where you go? Hold on. Where you going? Back. Yeah, what's your job? A big fella, don't you want to score? Score that thing. You had it in your hands. Why didn't you dunk it? Now, they got to block out. They're close here. The other thing is he's going long safety. We're rebounding right now. You might want to get in here and help your guys rebound the ball. This loose one you could have grabbed. Then, hey, we got to figure our situation out. Can you rebound this thing for me, please? Go, 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 man. Match up. Okay, dead ball, dead ball. Hold on, let's flip it. Let's go the other way. Black on the inside, red on the outside. Not bad. Ball here. Okay, so we will go 3 on 3. These guys aren't sure who's going to rebound it. Maybe I'll shoot it. You're going long safety, so you logo up. Maybe about the attack line from here. I fire it off the glass. I want you to come rebound it too. And we'll get to this, how we want our guards to rebound down eventually. Now, I know it's early. If your guy rebounds it, what's your verbal? Jam. What does that tell my partner to do? Now, this is where the understanding of who's 4 and 5, who's 1, 2, 3, and what every guy's job is important to do. So the 5 rebounds it. That should signal right away for the 4 to get his butt moving back. And our long safety should be yelling at him right now, let's go. The slower we trot between 3-point line and 3-point line, the more likely we're going to give up a couple easy buckets. Now, if these guys just lost the game by 2 3 days ago, and they're trotting through here, I would assume that all of us as coaches would have a big issue with that, and practice probably wouldn't be as much fun. Inside, guys. All of the guys that are inside. Okay, you're gonna rebound this. Rebound. Let's go, match up, good, match. Okay, dead ball, good job. Okay, oh, right away there, he realized he was gonna be safety. Okay, now we would do the same thing 4-on-4. We'll also do it 5-on-5, so give me everybody in. Give me a red on each block, each elbow, and in the center circle. So 4 reds, blocks, elbows, and right in the logo. Okay, so black, you're on the inside. We'll make you black, that's fine. Look, we would make these guys circle up. So red, you're gonna hold your spot. Black, you're gonna circle in between all 4 of them. Now your guy has gone long safety. Your job is to make sure that we rebound down. Now as a guard, I'm here, I'm at the top, shot goes, my guy goes safety. I mean, for us, we want to make sure our guards get on the glass and help us rebound. We're not the biggest team, we're not the most physical squad, but our guards can definitely help us on the glass. And the other thing that's tough to do when a guard rebounds is to jam him and contain him here. If he can rebound and get his bounce going this direction, north-south right now, chances of us getting a good look on easy bucket, which is what I talked about at the start, the difference between easy buckets team to team is huge. So just a little rebound, and you're gonna have to come in and clean up anything sort of loose. So as black, you rotate around, rotate, circle, this way, dude. Keep going between these 4 guys. Red stays. Now this might be a mismatch, go ahead. Where all of a sudden the guard's stuck here. Stop. Now this will happen if you have to rotate, break down. His job is just make sure you keep him off the glass. I don't care if you face guard, and who do you have to help the most right now? Okay, so you got to rebound down any sort of tips we get. So you're going to circle, I'm going to fire it off the glass, we're going to rebound. We got long and short. We'll try to go 5-on-5. Go ahead, come on man, you can't hug him, go. I'm going to get you stuck over there though, you're going to have to rebound. Let's go, let's go! Now freeze, 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 freeze. Look. The first thing that happened was 0 talk, and our rebounder got below the ball. Now, Will maybe pushed him, but he didn't push you very hard that you should, be totally out of the play. We got to think about when we offensive rebound. We got a couple guys that love to do this too, where, okay, I know I'm supposed to rebound. It'd be just like this. This guy's big, imposing. I don't really want to mess with him too much. So I go to crash, and, well, this is the spot that's the least resistance, so I end up here, and he rebounds it. Now, how do I jam him from here when he rebounds? So I got to recognize that I don't really want to go below the block. So as I get to this situation, he's coming to block me out. I got to try to work my way. So now I'm in position, worst case scenario, that I can jam him. Kohler got put behind. Coming this way in transition, where did you go? You came in and you found a check. Now, 0 pointing, 0 talking, match up. Whose guy was this? It doesn't matter because you got to get back and you got to get matched. Okay, let's go the same team on the inside, same team on the outside. Let's see if we could get a decent one. Look, you don't have a check. We got to stop the ball. We got to match up with it. We got to make sure we know who's a shooter. Now, he missed a shot, so maybe he can't shoot, so you were smart. Maybe you did that on purpose because he's a non-shooter. You read the scouting report, but circle up. If you don't get the rebound too, I'm not sure why you wouldn't. You got a dead run to go get this thing. I want to see you right on the spot to help us rebound. Ball's up. Rebound it, jam it. Hey, dead ball, let's do it again. Good. Now look, my job, I'm guarding a guy that goes safety. He starts going that direction. The likelihood that he's going to get in the paint and get a rebound is slim. So he can't just sprint down there and all of a sudden we get dunked on. Now you get subbed out, right? We don't want to set that up. But you check off, he's going that way, safety. And you better be Johnny on the spot. Okay, here we go. Do it again. Jam, let's go, match up. Whose ball? Now, hey, hold on. You two guys, what are you doing back here? He threw a bounce pass 30 feet. What should you have done? Stole that thing. And what do we get now? A dunk. You could probably dunk that thing now. Do it again. Now, I know that, I don't know how much you guys play together. Same team on the inside, outside. But the communication right now would be setting me on fire in practice. I'd be not happy with what's going on. So I'm gonna ask, you know, you're probably the leader of your squad right now. So if you're not gonna talk, why would these guys do it? Okay, I'm putting you in a leadership responsibility role right now. So you're gonna lead by example by talking your ass off. Let's go, circle up. Same group. I'm making you do it till you get it right. There you go, match up. Okay, now hold on. I know I'm talking transition defense, but we got it in the front court, we matched up, and then we gave a layup. So I'm assuming because it's transition D, we're relaxing and we're saying, okay, well now the job's done. We just let you drive it to the rim and get a layup, and we'll hit a three going the other way. Is that what we're doing? Gonna sit down and get a stop, man. Okay, let's go do it again. Adam, I have 6 minutes left. That timer's me. Rebound it, let's go, match. Come on, big fella, get back. There you go. Oh, hold on. Now, normally I know these guys are gonna take charges because he was totally out of control and we would have got that. So we get the idea, 5-on-4 rebound. Now, what we'll do now is we'll go down and back. Now, hold on. Let's go red on the blocks and elbows. Black on the inside, long and short. Now, I only got an hour, so I can't get our half-court defense all sorted out too, but we get matched. Communication last 2 possessions was better. One of the things, like I said, when they're doing something unnatural, like jamming or matching up or guarding, maybe your big's got to step out and guard a wing. And I'm trying to do a better job of this because I struggle with it sometimes, but I'm trying to do a good job of catching my guys doing a good job. Maybe it's harder some days than others, but when they do a good job, you got to give them as much love as they can because, you know, we got back, we got matched. And, you know, because it's just a clinic, they didn't want to get injured, so they didn't take a charge, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down and back. So we're going to start here, rebounding position, long and short. No matter what happens, shot goes, we're coming back. So offense to defense. Okay, we're going to go down and we'll go back, down and back once, and then we'll talk about different ways that we would score it to try to get something effective out of it. Hey, lead your squad. Let's go. Rebound, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, safety. Jam it, big fella. That's good. Good job. Hey, that's beautiful. Hold on. Good job. We forced a turnover. Okay, now get set, do it again. Hey, what's your job when your guy rebounds? What? Your guy catches a rebound, what do you do? You're closest to the ball on the rebound. You crash, you're closest, jam, be aggressive, get all over that guy. Okay, now what we would do, sometimes to make it competitive, and once again, just 3 minutes left, but with the score, we would play what we call for doubles. So you gotta win both of these possessions. So down here, you've got to get a stop, and coming back, you got to get a score to get 1 point. If you win both possession, a double, then you get a point. So we would play 3 doubles or 4 doubles or whatever the case may be. Now the score will take away, now I made it short clock, but maybe it would take away Will's contested fadeaway 2-point shot so we don't get a good look. We would encourage you maybe to get the ball in the paint or get a layup or get something better, a better look. And the scorer will take care of that because the biggest guy in the court's on his team and he's probably not going to be too happy if he's got to run because he took a bad shot. So we're going to go down and back. If you get a stop there and a score here, you win. If you can score there, get locked in, get it stopped down here, you win for a double. Jam, jam, jam. Good job, let's go. We got him. There you go, score that thing. Good job, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We gave him a layup. Now line it up and think about it. This always happens, it's hilarious. But I like that he was cautious not to dunk on his own hoop. Now who's offensive rebounding and who's defensive rebounding? So when black gets a defensive rebound, what direction are they gonna go? Okay, and if red rebounds this one right now, where's he gonna go? Okay, so what we would do, we would probably count that as one. Red gets a stop, that's a double, we'll just kill it and we'll give you a point right there. Because someone got their tail kicked on the glass over here. And you gotta recognize where you gotta have to help out. Go ahead, circle, circle. Rebound it, good, match. Whose ball? Good, bring it back, put it in, good job. Now you need a stop, one stop and you win. One stop and you guys win. Where's the ball, man? Six, 5, 4, 3. Rebound that thing. Oh man, we'd probably be running an end up. Okay, give these guys a little quick round of applause, please. Good job. Thanks, guys. Hey, hey, come here. Come here. Hey, you guys did a good job. Thanks a lot. Okay, have a seat. We're done. They can change up, Adam? Yeah, okay. I have 50 seconds left, so I'll try to maximize it. I did my best to show you as many of the things that we would do. You could use the score to your advantage. Really, the biggest thing is you got to look at your team and decide, you know, what's your best advantage, best opportunity to be successful. How athletic are you? You know, where your pickup point maybe is going to be. For us, we want that short safety to pick the ball up on the catch or the outlet. You know, maybe you're going to be at half court. The only thing I didn't get to do that I wanted to do, but you guys are all intelligent enough so you'll be able to sort it out, is show how we would transition D in that system back to a zone. Because we wouldn't do anything different in terms of the way we want to transition. It would be rebound, we would jam it, whether it's our center who's going to be, say, the middle of the 2-3 zone, we would jam that, we would get up on the ball, and we would just have these guys now, instead of matching up, filling into their spots. So it's positive for us in terms of we can still slow the point of the attack here with a good jam, making a strong guard come back. If you get good at it and the team has one good guard, it's nice when you can just send that kid on the flight time of the ball to be attached to him, to try to slow him down. It's hard to do, but if you have a kid that can keep up, you know, that's positive. But in terms of getting back to, you know, a 2-3 or a 3-2, we would jam it and we would match up and we'd do all the exact same things so that, you know, it's less learning. Once again, to add it to all the things that you're doing, your shooting drills, your 4-on-4 shell, if it's important, then just add it on. And it's not really that much work to make a kid shoot the ball, shape up, get to a certain spot of the floor, or shot goes, flight time, make someone hit a logo. Maybe you put a coach right at the logo, and on the flight time, hey, touch coach, he changes lines and you're moving on. But it takes a while to ingrain it. It still drives me mental. Our guys don't do it every time. We got guys in their 3rd year that are still slowly making it instinctual, but you know, it's about building habits and breaking habits. So the only other thing I wanted to say is that last year after the clinic, I had probably the best sort of teaching situation from me to someone else. That someone emailed me about a question totally irrelevant to what I taught as my clinic topic, and we went back and forth probably 15 emails talking about, I think it was about zone offense, how to attack a 2-3, things that we like. And for me, that was kind of neat that someone was that interested. So if there's ever anything that I could do, you want to email me or call the office or anything I could help you out, just don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you.